What's up, broskies? Welcome to the Local Cast Podcast, episode Quattro. Today we're going to be talking about album reviews, four different kinds, two of my choosing and two from the public, and I am joined from my first guest on the podcast history, Jayda.
Hello, hello. I am very excited. I'm very excited to talk about music, which I love, and yeah.
Right. See, this is where things get interesting because um, she told me to review one of the albums that we're reviewing is Igor by Tyler the Creator, and I've never heard a Tyler the Creator song prior to this. Um, so that was the interesting part because going through the experience of listening to that earlier was quite something. And then we have Invasion of Privacy by Cardi B, which I have some opinions about. Um, that one was requested by another friend, and then I picked two different albums, which is the latest release from Breaking Benjamin, Aurora, which is just basically revamped versions of their older songs from previous albums, but just in a more acoustic, melodic way. And then you have Message from Beat Street, which is from Grandmaster Flash from like all the way back in like the mid '80s. It was also a movie. Let's see here, this movie. So the album itself is 72 minutes, just because they have like a bunch of like 7.5 minute to 8 minute songs, but it's all like party songs basically. Um, Igor is only just under 40 minutes. Vision of Privacy is really long at 48 minutes. There's a bunch of long songs in there. Um, and then Aurora is about 48 minutes. That one's also kind of long. So let's see here. So starting off with Invasion of Privacy. Um,
Whoa.
Track one, I just, for all of these albums, I just put out tracks that really stood out to me. So track one is called Get Up 10. Don't know what that means. Do you know what that means, Jayda, at all?
I feel like it's just motivational thing. Like get up and do something, I guess. And then I don't know what the 10 is about.
Oh, okay, because I put down his notes. It's the biggest flex on earth. That was the only notes I put on for that song, just because of the fact that she's just like bragging about how like she had all these fake friends and how she went from being at like the bottom of her previous job into being where she is now, and she's just like basically flexing on everyone. And I'm like, man, this woman does not stop. She's just keep going. Track number two, Drip featuring Migos.
Oh, I love that song.
I cannot stand it. It was so bad. Just because of the fact that like the beat was annoying, and then at the same time where they're just saying drip 47 times per second, all I heard was just drip, 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 drip. And I was like, drip? Yes. Rain. So
you know what drip
yes, I know what drip means. You have a lot of bling and whatnot. Yeah, Gucci or whatever. I'm more of a Carhartt guy, but yeah, Gucci. Anyways, track number 5, Be Careful. She can't sing. I'm just going to put that out there right now. She cannot sing. And also, knowing Spanish does not make you talented. I'm just going to put that out there right now. My mom is from Panama. She knows Spanish like the back of her hand. And, yeah.
She's also Hispanic, too.
Right. Well, I mean, that makes, yeah. But, like, just because you can rap and then you also know Spanish doesn't, like, I could be rapping and I could just say, like, me gusta manzana, and the people would be like, what does that mean? Whoa, he's so educated. And I would just be like, I just said I like apple. Like, that's all I said. So, I mean, just, if you just have a second language, I guess that just means that you're really talented. Track number 6, Best Life with Chance the Rapper. Never heard a Chance the Rapper song either.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not really hip with the children nowadays.
Yeah. He's a good person. He can rap well.
I've heard snippets from like award shows and Saturday Night Live, but other than that, I've never actually went out and like heard a recorded version. Rather, I've only heard him perform. For that one, I put, as much as I hate it, please use auto-tune. Yeah, like he was fine. He was fine in the video, not in the video, the song. Like he was fine, but like for her, that song, that was a desperate need of auto-tune, and I cannot stand auto-tune. But for once, please put it on. was bad.
I like that song. It's just kind of motivation, just like live your best life. Yeah.
Yeah, that one didn't really. I don't know. I think I just have a really bad problem with Cardi B in general, to be honest with you.
A lot of people don't like her. Bro, they've made like memes. They made like horrible memes. They'll have like her tied up, and they'll have like no, because she has like a feud with Nicki Minaj, and they'll make like these pictures of like Cardi B just like tied up, and then they'll have like Nicki Minaj cutting off her like daughter's head and all that stuff. It's like that messed up.
People take this rapping thing a bit too seriously.
Right.
Memes can get out of hand sometimes. If you don't believe me, just go on like 4chan or Reddit, basically. Just ask Rebecca Black if anyone remembers that. Where do we have next? Track number 7. I like it.
Oh yeah.
This
I like that song.
This thing has 1,000,000,000 streams on Spotify, and I'm actually confuzzled about that idea because it's so bad. I hate how it has over 1 billion plays on Spotify.
It was like number 1 for like a couple weeks.
Yeah, I don't like it like that. I really don't. Track number 8, I think this.
Oh man, that song.
You don't even need the name. You're just like, I know what track it is.
No, because I'm actually looking at a list of like the tracks and all that stuff on Google.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Ring.
Yeah. So Kalani actually listened to the girl that's singing, and she could like sing well, but I feel like the song itself, I feel like because Cardi always makes songs of her like saying like, "Ooh, don't cheat on me. I'ma do this and do that and all that stuff." But I feel like that song honestly could have been left out because track 13, I Do It basically like the same thing.
Okay. That makes sense. Ring. Okay, so I'm looking at Wikipedia right now. It says Ring is followed by 3 hip-hop trap songs, Moneybag, Bet Bartier, Cardi featuring 21 Savage, She Bet. Okay, so yeah, Kalani, I've never heard of this person before. Kalani Ashley Parrish. It's an American songwriter, singer, and dancer, Oakland, California.
Oh my gosh, she is so pretty.
Never ever seen her before. I'm gonna open up the chat.
And she also had baby. Cause like
she's 24. What is she doing with children?
No, she just had a girl. She just had a baby girl.
She's 24 though. She's 20.
Some people have had children younger than that.
Yeah, no, we don't. Yeah, we know about that one. Our school is full of that. We're so good at doing that. Let's see that. Yeah, so that one, I mean, the singing wasn't half bad. The rapping, of course, sucked. Overall, that was actually the best one from the entire album, just because the singing wasn't half bad. So that gets my BOA award, the best of the album. Track 11, She Bad, was very repetitive. I don't know who YG is, but
he's a rapper.
Really, I do not like him right off the bat. So that's another problem that I was having with that song, just because they were saying She Bad, Gucci Bag. They were like rhyming She Bad. Yeah, they were rhyming She Bad with like really terrible rhymes. It was like, this is very miscoordinated. Last but not least,
Coachella, pregnant, like twerking to that song. It's funny.
Mommy, what was it like to have me inside your stomach? She's gonna the kid's gonna ask like 5 years, like 10 years later, and the mom's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, no, I was dancing on stage."
It was so funny.
Yeah.
Like she was just dancing, and then you just see her like twinkle with like this big ass belly.
That's. Oh my goodness! Why not just take maternity leave, please? Just take maternity leave. Let's see here. Track 12 is the last one that I have here. Through Your Phone. This song embodies every man's fear, and it's very passive aggressive.
Mhm.
Like, just because she was like, I went through your phone last night, and I
Yeah.
saw things that I didn't really like, and I'm like, why are you singing it in such a soft tone? It's freaking me out.
I feel like honestly, the singing in that song kind of like wasn't right. It didn't sound right.
It really didn't. So overall, I gave this thing a 3 out of 10.
The whole album.
Yeah. The whole
I give it
album.
an 8 out of 10.
Of course you do.
Like I listen to her. I'm getting my stuff. But yeah, like I liked it a lot.
Right. That was something else. Yeah, so so for the verdict, I had it as I said instrumentals and such, like they weren't bad, like the beats and stuff, it wasn't like that bad, but they weren't amazing. And also the
Yeah.
vocals were terrible, so -7. Right?
Oh,
Just the vocals was just like -7. And so where are we at time wise? Let's see here. Gotta make sure because this thing only allows me to do a half hour at a time. Oh, okay, we're at 11 and a half. Okay, Igor.
Oh my god. Woo! See, this is oh my god, this is my favorite topic right now. I can tell you so much stuff about this album.
Okay, track 1, Igor's theme. This one kind of stood out to me. Just because like I can appreciate it just because based off of like the instrumentals and all, like it sounded like there was like a lot of time put into that, just the first track alone, just because like there wasn't a lot of vocals, but like I can just appreciate it based off of how it sounds.
Tyler always has like a 3-year like cycle with all his albums, so he takes his time with it.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, taking that much time to record an album and kind of write the album and whatnot, that's always good to know. Because I know with Cardi B, she kind of just spits it out like a saliva. Track number 2, Earthquake, not Earthquake. It's
Earthquake.
Earth.
Yep.
So it's EARF Quake, Earthquake. And then I know I heard this somewhere. I feel like I heard that song somewhere. I just don't remember where, but I know I heard that somewhere. It's very catchy. But not, and it's not, but like it's catchy to the extent where it's not annoying. So I mean, I thought that was pretty good. I kind of
I love that song.
Yeah, so I didn't think that was that bad. Track 3, I think. Like I'm not saying I think it's track 3. The song's called I Think. It sounds like 80s R&B, so I thought that was pretty neat. That was kind of a throwback song, to be honest. So I thought I like that one. That was pretty good. I mean, like so far, like through the album, through the entire album, like the vocals weren't that, like they weren't terrible. So this album was way better than Invasion of Privacy. I love how it's called Invasion of Privacy when it's just like, you invaded my privacy. I was calm and collected, and then I was told to listen to this album. So, track 6. New Magic Wand.
Oh man, that's my song.
New Magic Wand. It's very interesting. It has like the aspects of this song overall, just the tone. I thought it was very, very interesting to listen to. I thought that kind of took you onto a different. That was like a trip. That was like a magic carpet ride. Track 7, A Boy Is a Gun with a little like asterisk. So like a boy is a gun. That's what the thing's called. It basically it's like I gave it the best of album award. Um, just because it kind of basically is like love and modern romance in a nutshell. It was funny to listen to, but it was very like you could tell that there was a story behind there. Someone's heart got broke somewhere in the process of making that song. Um,
Mm.
Skipping track 8, going straight to 9. What's good?
Oh,
What's good?
why did
No, I'm only doing the ones that like. Whoa.
did you not like that?
No. I'm doing the ones that kind of like really stood out to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like track 8, I mean like all like the ones that I don't mention like 4, 5, and 8 so far. I like I I probably did like those songs, but they didn't stand out to me as much as these ones. So going to track 9, what's good?
Let's start the house. Let's start the house. It's in,
Yeah, what's good? So basically that one is basically he spits bars. So
I haven't. It's still on
yeah, he's spitting bars on that one. Um, it's aggressive. It's a very aggressive song. Overall, it you can tell that he was basically just he was really angry or something, but it wasn't like angry. It just sounded like he was putting in a lot of passion on that. So, um, what's good was very interesting. I like that one. Um, and then the final track that I put on was track number 11, which is "I Don't Love You Anymore." Um, Basically, all it is, it's just lo-fi with lyrics. That's it. Like, I mean, it's a good song. All I put for it was just lo-fi with lyrics because, like, you could tell, like, in the background, it just sounded like lo-fi. The beat in the back. Overall verdict out of a 10-point rating, I put it at 7.5 out of 10. So, it's not what I'm used to. It's not my cup of tea. But basically, how it compares to other mainstream popular releases, it is not that bad. So, good job to Tyler because he didn't put out a bad album. So, good job.
Would you listen to any of his other albums?
I did not. No, I just kind of went to this one, and I wanted to I just stormed right through all 4 albums, just to kind of go right through. I haven't even finished the last album, but I've already listened to the last album a bunch of times.
Wait, which one?
Oh, that's the Aurora by Breaking Benjamin.
My sister, she listens, wait, what album is it? I forgot the album name, but she likes the song, Diary of Jane.
Yeah, that was from their 3rd album, Phobia. No, that was the first. Yeah, that's their most streamed one on Spotify, and that was the first one I ever heard. From them.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it is very nice. It's actually the song. It's actually just talking about an actor from the 20s, and her name was like something Jane or something, and she died, and that was like his favorite actor or something, I guess. Yeah, so it was pretty neat. So we're gonna go to messages from Beach Street, my dad. I know he's gonna be listening to this one, so I already know that he has a smile on his face because I picked this one. But like, I always because like I remember growing up with this one even before I got into like rock because I'm a big like Led Zeppelin fan and whatnot. But like I remember growing up and hearing this one. There's 11 tracks on this one. Tyler the Creator, Igor had 12, and then an excruciating 13 tracks on Invasion of Privacy. Um, but so this one had 11. Track 6. So this one's just called Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. That's basically like the dude with like his backup group, I guess. And so basically, there's 2 songs called Message 1 and Message 2. And with Message 1, it basically just tells you, it's basically a motivational song. That's like 7 minutes long, telling you like the different things that's going on in the world, and don't follow the paths of the people before you, or else you're just gonna end up just like them. That was track 6. Track 3, I kind of like messed up on the track listing, so I'm going back and forth. So going down to track 3, Freedom. It's like an 8-minute catchy party type song. So it's like 8 minutes of just like them talking to the crowd and whatnot. So I don't know why, I just kind of like that one. It was kind of groovy. Beach Street, that one's a classic. It's just basically just about your life choices and reflections. Basically that whole entire album, except for like the exceptions of like the party songs that they put out. It's basically all talking about just like your life choices, whether it be teen pregnancy, um, rape, drugs, alcohol, just different subjects. Um, so yeah, track 8 is the sequel to Message 1. So this is Message 2 called Survival. And basically this is the best of album track that I awarded to. It's basically telling the story about like don't land yourself in jail, and only like the strong people in society will survive, because if you're weak out in the world, then you're not going to make it very far. Um, Track number 9, New York, New York. Big city of dreams, and everything in New York ain't always what it seems. It's basically the chorus, but the song's called New York, New York. Basically, it's just a song just talking about like how you always want to go for the big cities and the life, and how you always want to get. Yeah, no, I don't want the big cities either. I'm interested in Alaska.
You know, like back when they made like those albums, it was like rap and all that stuff that was like popular, and there was like bad like housing and all that stuff. And basically, they had like a good side in New York and a bad side in New York.
Right. Yeah.
Like practice like the crap. Like it was really
Yeah. So I mean, of course New York is, it probably still does have crack, but it's probably not as bad as back in the mid '80s. So the last one is track 10, which is the second to last one. Um, White Lines. This is basically it's kind of like a love song. It's about strong passion going through your head and your veins. It's a very euphoric song. The overall verdict is a 7 out of 10. Just because I just grew up with this song, but still, you gotta put into factor that I'm not really used to rap as much as I should be. So that's why it's not like a 9 out of 10 or something. The last one, this is the last album I'm doing before we take the sponsor break. But then when we come back, I'm gonna talk about the comparison. Aurora by Breaking Benjamin. This is a 10-track album that literally came out January 20th, 2020. So it just came out recently. Track 1, So Cold, is their first song that they ever released. Not first one they ever released. The first one they ever wrote, but they didn't put it out till their second album. It was originally wrote back in 1999 when they were in their first year, but under New Light, it really shines among the rest just because they kind of do it instead of like guitars and drums. It's more of like acoustic and like bongos. So it's a really weird element that works out very, very nicely. Um, Track 3, Far Away. It's the only original song on the record because all of them are just revamps. Um, but it really captures the mood because it's a very sad song, but at the same time it really kind of lifts your spirit at the same time. It's like basically a Kelly Clarkson song. I don't know how that works, but yeah. Um, Track 5 is Red Cold River. It's a song about dread and loss, but it can be disguised as euphoria at best, just because it really talks about like letting go. Track 7 is Dance with the Devil. And no, this yeah, so you've heard of that one. This is basically, yeah, so it's like the revamped acoustic version. In this song, as a disclaimer, this is not a satanic song. Just because it has the word devil in it does not mean it's satanic. The definition, it's basically just saying if you dance with the devil, you're basically just taking a risk without knowing the payout. But just don't push your luck too far or over the edge, or else you're not going to come back, because like it's like gambling basically. Gambling is never okay, but I mean, like if like the famous Joker line from one of the like older Batman movies, he goes, "You want to dance with the devil under a pale light." Like basically, all he's saying is like you want to jump headfirst into something you don't have a full comprehension of. It's just basically just telling you, do you want to take a risk in your life, or do you just want to live in cowering fear for the rest of your life? I think it's a nice analogy. Skipping 3 to go to track 10. This one is the best of the album, Dear Agony. Um, so they have, so there's a guest vocalist in there called, her name is Lacey Strum. I forget what band she's from. But it's a very the way that the way that Ben and Lacey Strum kind of go together, they really kind of have a chemistry that really works really well. So I don't understand why that worked so well, but it really did. Um, so basically, the overall verdict, of course, it was a little biased. I gave this a 9.3 out of 10. I think it was their second best record they put out, despite only containing one original track. But the one original track is made up for its lack of repetitiveness and predictability. But their fourth album, which was 3 albums ago, back from 2009, Dear Agony, their fourth album, that was their best. I gave that one a 10 out of 10, just because it was their last one before their 6-year hiatus, because like of this legal deal, this legal battle that they had. It was the finest they've ever been. That was like their peak. Not saying they're bad now, but I'm just saying that was their peak. Because that album really showed what they were capable of emotionally and as musicians. So I think that album was really their defining moment. They're basically just a better Nickelback. They're like what Nickelback wants to be, but they're just not. But Nickelback's just not capable of being it. So yeah, so that's that. We're gonna take a break here, and we're gonna come back because I gotta put a sponsor in because you gotta make bang for buck. So yeah, sponsors. You know, currency, because that's how people make money nowadays. Jayda, got it. You gotta make your money. All right, we'll be back after the break.
Hey, broski, I'm gonna make this short and snappy. The distributor Anchor, the one that I'm currently using right now, it's totally free, dude. You can basically record, edit, and distribute your podcast for free to places like Spotify, Apple, and Google. With no minimum listenership, you can also make money almost immediately. It's all you need in one place. Basically, all you have to do is you have to go download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Now over onto the episode.
All right, welcome back. So basically, to recap, we just basically talked through the 4 albums: Invasion of Privacy by Cardi B, Igor by Tyler the Creator, Message from Beach Street from Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, and then Aurora by Breaking Benjamin. We just kind of went through the tracks and which track was the best out of those 4 albums. And just the ratings overall and like the final verdict on how I feel it went. But just as a reminder, this is opinionated. So don't go sending me hate mail saying, oh my goodness, Cardi B is a queen.
Right.
So, because she's not. Anyways.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Just like Beyonce. I don't know why people like overhype Beyonce, but whatever.
I feel that.
Let's see here. So yeah, so when I'm gonna compare Invasion of Privacy with Message from Beach Street and then Igor Aurora, just because when it comes to Invasion of Privacy and Messages from Beach Street, that's basically just all about lyrics, and then Igor with Aurora is based off of like instrumentals and lyrics, because I think both of those records were great on both of those, while Invasion of Privacy was only good on one. So, well, half good on one. Man, I cannot believe I actually went through 48 minutes of Cardi B. So anyways, let's see here. Okay, so first of all, Invasion of Privacy was very interesting to listen to overall, even though I did not like it at all. Just there was like little parts of it where I was just like, okay, this is tolerable. Other than that, no, it was very bad. I think that's just because I'm very biased about it. I'm like CNN. But basically, what's happening is when you compare the album of Invasion of Privacy to Messages from Beach Street. Messages from Beach Street has an overall better message because I feel like with Cardi B, it was just 48 minutes of flexing on you and just being like, see, you thought I was down there? I'm up here. And it's just like her comparing herself to other people and also showing her drip, as the cool kids nowadays call it, drip. So I just, because like with Messages from Beach Street, it just basically is just talking about, hey, this is what's happening with the world if you don't already know, and don't follow these people that made these mistakes, or else you're going to end up like them, and everything is going to go even farther south, just like the Lions. That's a nice segue to talk about. Go listen to episode 2 if you did not already. That's talking about the Lions, and I love that segue. That was perfect. Anyways, so basically, yeah, just don't follow the past mistakes, or else you're just going to repeat history, and nobody's going to like that. And then also it talks about romance and just like how just to treat others with respect as you would yourself, unless you're Cardi B. So, yeah, and then Cardi B, when I going through that, reading the lyrics and stuff, it's just like, dang, that is there any positive message in there at all? So that's why I had always a big problem with modern rap, just because I never found like a good message to listen to. So right, right, yeah. I don't think there's really any authenticity anymore. I think everything just kind of sounds the same. They're all within their own bubble. Nobody's gonna be. No one stands out anymore.
Right.
Like it used to be olive and oil trying to mix together, and like you would see spots that would stand out. Now it's just all water or just all oil. Like it's all just confined. So that's that. Just lyrics. There's nothing much else to go through. Igor from Tyler the Creator, 12 tracks against Aurora, Breaking Benjamin, 10 tracks. So I'm comparing my favorite band with um, Jayda's favorite artist. That's your favorite artist, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I love that man.
Yeah.
I love that man.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my.
Trust me, I know. So, I mean, lyrically, they both tell a very deep, outer lying story that at first glance you might think, oh, Breaking Benjamin is just, it's not metal, but I mean, it's like it's harder rock. So you're thinking like, oh, this is probably just for angry people, and you probably are not a Christian, and you just like hate life for listening to this because there's guitars and nobody likes guitars. And then if you listen to Igor, people are like, oh, you're just depressed. You're just seeking attention or something, or just like, oh, you're just. So it's
just heartbroken.
right. So it's just like there's always excuses, but it's just like nobody really knows until they go up, look up the lyrics, and actually read it and go for the deeper meaning within the lyrics. So when I look at Igor, um, basically it was just like I could just tell the entire time like it had something to do with either himself or like someone that he loved from before, because you could tell from like I think New Magic Wand, a boy is a gun, what's good, with all of that it was always like um about himself. But and then when it came to I Don't Love You Anymore or Igor's Thing or Earthquake, it was more of just like somebody else. And I think it always talked about romance, and that's what I like. Because I mean, as long as it has a story somewhere, a story that's actually relevant and somewhat relatable to, then I feel like then the artist or band as a whole did a good job of trying to put themselves out there. Comparing to Aurora, well,
He always changes his albums, so I feel like the romance
Yeah.
All her albums, she was talking about like he always talks about like went in depth with like how he feels.
Right. Yeah. He's like he can
And
be very poetic. Yeah. Yeah. So
he says like, please don't leave. I feel that
yeah.
with
So
this album.
yeah. Um. Yeah. No. Like at certain points in the album, it was very poetic. So I admire that. Unlike Cardi B. So Aurora by Breaking Benjamin. So with this one, basically, like Tyler the Creator was going more in depth into love and romance in himself, whereas Aurora was going in depth as someone else, like losing someone else and kind of taking risks and trying to better yourself to be with that person, but it just feels really cold or feels far away from somebody as you try to just progress through your life and just try to make yourself better overall. But like you never notice like you're trying to make yourself better for this person, but are they trying to make themselves better for you?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's just like it's more of a one-sided love, and like nobody wants that. We've all been there at least once in our lives. So, and if you have not yet, then you will be at some point. Somebody is. You'll always like feel heartbreak at least two times in your entire lifetime. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, so I think the best two albums were Igor and Breaking Benjamin, and then Messages from Beach Street was a nice honorable mention because I just like the message in there, and because like I will always look back to Messages from Beach Street if I ever need like a positive rap message if I don't feel like listening
Mm.
to like I don't
And
know,
plus, like
uh,
back in the '80s, they basically all had like techno music,
right,
so it was just different to have like an actual like person rap about like real life stuff.
right, yeah, it really did hit different. Because nowadays, if you hear a rapper rapping about nowadays stuff, it's just about how sad he is and how depressed he is, and it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that. Go to a therapist. Like, what makes you think I want to hear
Right.
your life problems? Like, that's
Mhm.
not something that I'm designed. Like when it comes to music, I want it to make me feel something, but I don't want it to make
Mhm.
me feel what you feel. I want to make me feel something original, something that
Happy,
yeah.
sad, heartbroken, all stuff.
Like if it makes you feel happy and me feel sad, then I'll feel accomplished. If it's vice versa, I'll feel accomplished. As long as it's not the same as what the artist or band feels, then I'll be happy. I want to feel something new. I want to feel something original when I listen to music. Um,
Mm.
and then Cardi B, I just never want to. I pray that I never have to listen to that album ever again.
What if you get like, what if you get a girlfriend and she's like, oh my god, let's turn on Cardi B? What are you gonna do? Just like, go-
Well, Jayda, I'm staying single.
I feel that. Me too.
Yeah, I mean it saves you money, so it's whatever.
Mm.
So yeah, I think we're gonna end the episode here at like 37, 38 minutes. Thank you a lot, Jada, for being here and helping me get through Igor. Um,
You're welcome.
because as much as I wanted to talk about that, I really could not. I probably would have only had like 30 seconds of content with Igor. But with you, you made it to where there was like 20 minutes. So thank you for that. Um,
You're welcome. I'm trying because like right now I'm at PetSmart. My sisters are trying to get my niece a turtle for Valentine's Day because she's obsessed with turtles now. So it kind of like took away my time, but I'm like glad that I actually added on something.
right. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So I'm glad everything worked out here. Um, I've
Mm-hmm.
never written a script that was so large before in my entire life. That was the biggest script out of the 4 episodes that I've ever written. Um, oh my goodness, this thing is actually a lot of letters. So yeah, so that's that. This has been local. This has been the Local Cast podcast, episode Quattro 4 for English, and and thank you so much for sticking around. And I will
Bye bye.
catch you on
Y'all
the
follow
next
me on
episode.
Instagram, Twitter. Y'all add me on Snapchat. Blah blah blah.
It's gotta always have the plugins there. I'll
Yeah.
put that in the description when this goes up on YouTube. I got you. I got you. So yeah, so that's that. Thanks for sticking around. The next podcast episode will be today's Friday, so Sunday. So Sunday is the next episode. I got another guest coming in for that one.
Oh wait, what are you gonna be talking about? I can make it.
No, the
Boy stuff.
it's well not only that, but it's at the same time it's just like we're gonna it's based off of that person's experiences in life. So it's I'll give you a hint.
Uh-oh.
It's one of the quad cores. So it's one of the quad core. So one of the three boys. So yeah, so stick around for that. I'll see you guys Sunday and Monday for the next two recordings. This should be going up on YouTube tomorrow, and then episode 3 should be going up today. So thanks for sticking around, and I will see you Sunday, broskies.